Hello all you movie fans out there, it's your boy Big Movie back in another review, and today we're going over Demon Slayer Infinity Castle.
Demon Slayer! That's a great fucking movie.
And I'm joined again by my best friend Devin. We're back with another review today talking about, like I said, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. The first of three movies continuing off of the anime ending from the fifth and final season, excuse me?
Yes, the Hashira arc.
Thank you, that.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who is trying to get into anime, Demon Slayer was one of my first animes I actually watched. So it was a very emotional roller coaster of a ride for sure, getting up to the Infinity Castle movie. Obviously he knows more about it than me because he's read the manga, seen the anime. So I think he's more attuned to talk more than me. But what are your big thoughts about this movie?
So to start, the whole series is excellent. Hashira arc from beginning to end was great because you get to see more into each of the individualized characters. I love the way that they actually brought it from the manga into the actual animation style. They did a really good job with that and the special effects. The merchandise is great. I know they sold out like crazy, so if you didn't get one, I'm sorry for that. As to go for the movie, when I first heard after waiting that they were going to break it into 3 parts, I was a little disappointed, but I'm glad that they, can make it, so that everybody can go and see it inside a movie theater. The animation styles and the fight scenes and the way they broke up the fight scenes compared to the manga, I really like it. And I knew bringing into life one of the main stories that they tell, which was Akaza's backstory. If you haven't watched the movie already, spoiler alert, you're gonna start feeling for this man, which you don't want to do, but you gotta because it's so heart-wrenching.
Oh yeah, definitely agree. I was not expecting Akaza's backstory to affect me as much after watching him kill one of my favorite Hashiras, and made me really hurt for watching my Goku go out like that. But it made me feel for Akaza and what he went through to get to his demon arc of, losing everything and losing his wife and his dad, being disappointed in him and trying to amends with his father by becoming a demon, going after the people that took everything from him, which were the Demon Slayers. Which his fight with Giyu Tanjiro was actually a really fun fight in the Infinity Castle movie. I think it was one of my favorite fights outside of Doma and Shinobu's fight, which was also very emotional because Shinobu didn't deserve any of that. Wouldn't you say so?
Yes, for those of you who haven't seen it and haven't watched it yet, there's a spoiler. She does die, and for further context, there's a reason why she dies. She gets eaten by him, and he is the original one who killed her sister back in the earlier series. The reason why she's so angry when Tanjiro says, "I can smell anger on you," and he's like, "Why are you angry?" And she's like, "I'm always angry." That's why, is because Domo actually killed her sister, and then on top of that, Domo did a lot of other fucked up shit that has to do with Inosuke, which you will see in the second movie, where Inosuke is actually involved with Inosuke's mom, or Domo's involved with Inosuke's mom, which you get to find out, which will be exciting as well, since you're not going to read the manga.
Oh, definitely. I do agree with the animation style. It actually took me away. I thought the whole movie was well put together. The soundtrack, as all of Demon Slayer's soundtrack, was 100% certified banger. I love the intros and outros of the Demon Slayer movie, the series, and the movie had a great soundtrack with it. And I thought all the fight scenes were well put together. I didn't see anything wrong with any of them. I like that there were 2 Demon Slayers fighting the demons outside of Shinobu, because she walked in alone to find Doma in his smiley, happy self after murdering
in his own castle inside the Infinity Arc, which was presented to him. And then also, as somebody who has watched both the subbed and dubbed version of this movie, I will say that though I prefer subbed, the dubbed version, they did a very good job. And if you don't know, Channing Tatum actually was the second father of Akaza, before he became a demon, which gave him the chance to turn his life around. He got to take care of Channing Tatum's character's daughter who was sick and not well, which reminded Akaza of his own father, who was a very sickly man who was just slowly decaying. And then after seeing the similarities and thinking that he can finally get his life together and changing things around, like they went ahead and killed his new family, and that just broke the man. And he ended up single-handedly killing a whole dojo of 67 people with his fists, which is insane.
Definitely. I did like the movie entirely. I do get the pain of Demon Slayer fans that have waited, 4-5 years for this movie to come out, because Mugen Train came out, 2023, 2022?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel for you guys. I got the opportunity to binge the whole series and watch the movie, and now I have to wait the 2 years or the year or two for Demon Slayer movie 2, which also hurts my feelings, because I can't watch any more Demon Slayer until the movie comes out, unless I rewatch the whole series, get emotionally distressed again.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to do. But I do feel, and I feel like if I have actually read the mangas, I would probably understand way more of what's to come in the second movie, but I basically have to go in blind outside of not spoilers from this man right here to give me an idea what's going to happen in the second movie before I go in and watch it. I do expect to get my heart ripped out again for Demon Slayer, the second movie, but we'll see. I don't know what entails of that movie or what's going to happen with it.
I do, and there's a lot more deaths, so you better get ready, and you better bring your damn tissues, because I'm not ready for it, especially since one of them is one of your favorite characters, and another one is somebody that I really respect, even though nobody knows his backstory until the very end, and it's everybody's backstory is so like breaking. It's like, and you could somewhat relate to them, and also you have to keep in mind these are children that are fighting powerful demons. Like it goes from like 13 years old up to 19. He currently is. No, he was 22. The Stone Hashira when he was fighting, and then he ended up So you know, it's kids. It's like people that you put. It's younger than him or his age. It's crazy.
I definitely agree. It feels like a lot of animes involve young children that have to go through years of torment and pain to find their true selves, and Demon Slayer is one of those that every Demon Slayer and demon has a backstory that makes them who they are. Obviously, Tanjiro's is watching his family die to demons and protecting Nezuko, who's a demon from Demon Slayers, and the emotional trauma he went through to get to where he is now, which is trained to be a Hashira to defeat Muzan, because he's the strongest of all the demons. Even though he controls all of them, we don't really know. We'll see a lot of him in the show because he's kind of just like the final boss per se. That they'll have a huge fight in the third movie and part of the second movie to try to kill him. I make jokes it looks like Michael Jackson because it's true, but regardless of anything, I really like the dub version. I feel like if I watched it in Japanese, I would have not understood it a lot. I do like the voice actors. I love Price Book, who did the voice of Inosuke. I love the voice actor for Michiro, one of my favorite Hashiras outside of Rengoku. I love Michiro. I love that he has so much anger in him, but he's so calm and collective that when you piss him off, he just murders you with no hesitation because of how much anger he has. And I feel like the dub version is very understand if you've watched the show in dub. I watched it in English, so I understand it a lot better. He watches anime in both versions of it, so he knows both of them. But like I said, he liked both of them, but I think he prefers sub over dub, don't you?
Yeah, I prefer it. It's better. They cut things out, which you can see if you have the patience to watch a show in Japanese and then rewatch it in dub. You can notice that they actually cut out scenes, or they say phrases differently, or they're not super heartfelt because there's no proper translation sometimes. So that's like frustrating to me. I'd rather see it where it was like its purest form, which is in Japanese, where you can feel the emotion, and also the credit to all the Japanese voice actors out there because they do a phenomenal job.
Definitely, and I'm trying to get more involved in the anime. It's Demon Slayer was the shorter ones I can get involved in outside of the longer ones, because I refuse to watch the longer late versions so I can get a sense of like actually watching a shorter face animes that go to like the One Pieces, the Naruto's, the the longer animes that I'm going to take 12 to 15 years to watch because of how many episodes there are. But I think Demon Slayer was a short anime that I could watch. I started it and then I kind of like got away from watching it. He got me back into watching it because of the movie, and I was really excited about it. I ended up watching it not in the biggest form because I took way longer to finish the show than I wanted to, because we kind of binged it before the movie came out, but finished it after the movie came out. So he watched it by himself. I didn't care because I was like, well, I can't finish it before then. But I'm definitely excited for the second movie. I'm definitely excited to see where they go with this. And maybe one day I'll read the manga after all the movies come out to see what I missed and what could have been done differently about the movies. Because I'm assuming the mangas are broader than the movies are, more in depth, right?
Yeah, they have quite a few more screenings, but it's pretty much like accurate how well they do from both the manga and then bringing it to animation. There's some scenes that obviously they cut out to get this faster into there, but they do such a perfect job with this animation. I really like Ufotable and Mappa and all of them. They're really good studios when it comes to Japanese animation. And if you are going to start reading manga, just remember it's the opposite way from how we read. It's left to right.
Yes indeed. You read it front to back instead of back to front. So, I really enjoyed the Infinity Castle movie. I do plan to rewatch it before the second movie comes out to refresh my memory, because trust me, a year from now I'm going to be like, what happened in that movie? Because I'm going to forget. And if I rewatch it, I'm probably going to remember and get hyped for the second movie. And I'm very intrigued to see if we get any more Demon Slayers or Hashiras, or who's going to stick with the main people from the series into the movie. I hope we get more Hashiras. I feel like if we have stronger and more Hashiras, they can have a better chance of defeating Muzan, because I think that people now have the chance to beat Muzan, but now there's less of them because of what happened in Infinity Castle. There should be added more. I'm not sure they added more in the manga for Hashiras and Demon Slayers to add to the movie. That's
we got everybody that's there is all we have to fight Muzan left until sunrise. So that's the only way that you can kill him. He cannot be beheaded. He has to die by the sun.
Okay, interesting. I think I would give it probably an 8 or 9 out of 10. I felt like there were bits and pieces that they kind of skipped over some things that I could have been explained more. Obviously, some of the backstories had to be shortened because of movie length time, and they couldn't explain it better. I felt like there's a lot of backstories that were too short. Aguilar's was the most emotional, but I feel like if we knew more about his backstory in terms of why he went the route he did, outside of losing everything and his dad being disappointed in him, I would have understood more of why he did what he did. And I don't really know much about the Hashiras outside of the backstories. There's a few that I don't really know much about because of the animation. The series didn't go further in depth into the backstory to make me understand it more. Did they go more in depth into the backstory than the anime?
Yeah, the ones that we haven't seen, you're going to see in both the second movie that's coming in December 2026, and then in the third movie, they're going to have one of your favorite ones. You're going to see his backstory and how absolutely tragic it is. But for me, I would give this a 9 out of 10. The only reason why he's not giving it higher is because he doesn't realize that the story, the second movie and the third movie are going to bring back more. They did cut out a lot of stuff because it is going purposely into the second and third movies. So they had to hide some stuff. So if you felt like they're hiding things in this, it's because they're waiting for the next movie so you can actually be like, but if you read the manga, you know exactly what's coming up. So, no spoilers though.
Yeah, it definitely sucks for me being a first-time anime watcher, because I was one of those people growing up that pointed and laughed and make fun of anime watchers. I was like, why are you sitting down and watching 1,000 episodes of a pirate chasing a non-existent treasure, and why are you watching demon slayers kill demons for no reason? Like, I didn't understand the concept of it. I kind of just put it off. I made fun of my brother for watching anime. He's like, oh, get an anime, watch Demon Slayer. You like it? And I was like, okay. And then I started watching it. I got disinterested and I just gave up watching it because I was like, it's not gonna get any better than this. Why would I keep watching it? But now I understand why anime people watch anime and why this is a big fan base for it, both for sub and dub, because both of them have the emotional capacity to shoot you in your chest and hurt you and kick you when you're down. And I understand that now because I cried a lot during watching the anime, and I cried during the Infinity Castle movie. Because like I mentioned earlier, I didn't know Arcus' backstory was going to kick me in my gut and make me almost sob and feel for him after, punching a hole through Rengoku's chest. It was definitely not fun to watch that happen. So maybe I just needed to watch more animes to understand it better, but I do understand the fan base and why it's so big and why we have cons for it, why people cosplay. I know you cosplay at MegaCon.
Yeah, I was Tanjiro, and then I was also Itachi, who is my favorite all-time anime character from Naruto. But MegaCon is the spot, and I've been a weeb for a long time. So, and he's not gonna get there ever, but at least we can get him into some animes.
And I cannot stress enough the focus stems and Demons in Infinity Castle. He can contest to me. I've been impersonating Tanjiro saying Mr. Giyu for the past 3 or 4 weeks. I was like Mr. Giyu, Mr. Giyu. Because it's really funny that Tanjiro was so, adamant to talking to Giyu, and he was like, fuck off.
That's what the master told him. He said, be persistent, because he's not going to change unless you be persistent. And he did. And he was the perfect one, because they both got trained by the same master, and they both, had the longest story together. It's so great to have, this sibling relationship, even though they're not siblings, which I really appreciate. I really like how each of the characters come together and work as a team, but also as individuals.
Definitely. There's not much more to say about Demon Slayer movie. If you haven't watched it yet, I encourage you to watch it. Even if you haven't watched the anime, I suggest you binge watch the anime and watch the movie. It's definitely worth it. I think it's still in theaters right now, so if you have time to binge all 5 seasons and watch the movie in theaters, I highly encourage it. I assume he highly encourages it too.
You did forget one thing, which is the fact that you finally get to find out why Zenitsu was so angry at the end of the Hashira arc, if you did not read the manga, and what he's taking so serious. Let's just say that he faces an upper-ranked demon, a brand new upper-ranked demon by himself, and he whoops that ass.
Interesting. Definitely good to keep in mind for hopefully movie number 2. We'll see that. Maybe.
More to come.
But yeah, I definitely suggest watching the Infinity Castle movie. And I would say even don't watch the Mujan Train movie, just watch the episodes about it, because that would give you more context of what happens in the Infinity Castle movie, because that Mujan, the Mujan arc legit goes more in depth on what the movie probably didn't go in depth on. Because it's, obviously it's more episodes than just a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
So, obviously, do as you wish. I don't care. It's your opinion. So, but is anything else you want to inform the people on Demon Slayer Infinity Castle?
No, I'm not going to spoil too much for you. Just know that you got to be buckled in for this. I mean, not just because it's an over 2-hour long movie, but it's a lot of emotional roller coaster that you're going to be on. So,
definitely. If you guys have seen Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie, let me know in the comments down below. What would you give it? Did you give it a higher rating than me? Did you watch it in sub or dub? Did you prefer it? In which way? I'm definitely intrigued to see you guys' opinions on it. And I hope you guys did enjoy this review of Demon Slayer the Infinity Castle movie. I hope you guys do like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you guys hit that bell notification button so my face pops up on your feed. You can click on my video and watch it. You guys love what you love, watch what you love, and continue to watch movies in theaters, because eventually theaters will disappear. It is happening. Don't think it's not. It is. And I'll see you guys in the next review or the next video. Bye, everyone.
Peace.